Four kids has been one of those experiences that I would never take back. Now, there are times, though, that you kind of wish you didn't go through. Some of that had to do with baby food. You remember when your kids would take in that baby food, or they wouldn't, and they'd spit it immediately out, or they would throw it out, or whatever was going on with that food. Yeah, insane fun times, right? And it would just make messes everywhere. Baby food is one of those things that you know is necessary for a kid, and the kid doesn't know it for himself. And then when they're really little, before they're even able to have a solid food, man, they need milk. And all they know how to do is cry. And you're always trying to figure out, are they crying because, hey, they've got baby food needs, or are they crying because their diaper's dirty, or whatever? Infants are incredible, incredible little babies and difficult children. But the point is, they need that milk. And here's the funny thing. We do too. According to the scriptures in 1 Peter chapter 2, he actually says in verse 2, we need to grow up like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted the Lord is good. And what Peter is saying is that we as Christians, we need to long for the Word of God like an infant longs for milk. We need to long for the spiritual milk to grow up in our salvation. And we go around all these corners, we see all these different things, but the Word of God is what's going to tether us down. How do you do with your longing for the Word of God? Has God got you longing for it? Do you desire it? Or have you come to this place where you're like, nah, it's kind of boring? Because you think you know it. You think you understand it. You've read it a couple times, or maybe you've read stuff and you've heard things. You just feel like, it's just the same old thing. Being somebody who's constantly in the Word, let me tell you, there's more in there than you could possibly have ever imagined. I want to challenge you to get hungry again, to ask God to make you thirsty, and to dig deep into the Word of God, to go further than you ever thought you could. And what you'll find as you do so is you'll grow spiritually in ways you never imagined.